you ready to make technology work for you? Tune in to Act on Tech, the podcast where we break down the latest tech trends and show you how to boost your productivity at home and in your business. So, subscribe to Act on Tech today and visit alexcustomtech.com to see how we can take your business to the next level. That's Act on Tech, your guide to smarter tech for a smarter business. Alex Custom Tech, IT means integrity and trust.
Hi, hello, welcome to Act on Tech, where we talk all things technology. I am Alex of Alex Custom Tech, and today we're going to talk about networking, right? Or business networks, or why most small business networks are built wrong. That sounds very arrogant, so I was kind of workshopping that title. But we're going to talk about business networks and why I think why I'm coming across a lot of them designed wrong, and what does me saying they're designed wrong means, right? So everybody knows, how do I even start this off? Okay. Small business networks. Let's just start with that. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna be straightforward, right? Most of them are completely built wrong. Small business network, I'm coming across a lot of them off late. And it's not because people are careless why they're built wrong, or people, are incompetent, or your brother or cousin or whoever don't know what they're doing. It's because they don't, it's because they don't know. If they don't know, they can't do it, if that's the right way. So it's not incompetence, it's just a lack of knowledge, right? So let's define the topic so I can not sound so arrogant, right? So when I say networks are built wrong, I'm not saying that it doesn't work, right? Most of the time they do, because I've gone into businesses and everything works, right? And they're, so it's not like the network is not working. You got internet, you got your computers are connected, your printer works most of the time. I get called in for that, but printers work most of the time, right? But the thing is that there's no structure to it. So this is where my ADD comes in. But it's not just my ADD. It's the better business practices. So I'm not pulling this out of thin air. It just kind of aligns with my ADD, right? So the proper built network isn't just about is it working or not, right? You have to get away from that simplistic way of thinking. It's about control. Here are the keywords: control, scalability, and security. These are the things that have to be built into the design of the network. So we're going to break them down individually, and we're going to get to the point, right? So the reality, how most networks are set up, what I'm coming across of late, is that you typically see, the ISP modem in a closet or on a shelf, or by the first person's computer, or in the office with the boss or whatever, or the manager or owner or whatever. There's a ISP router from Comcast or Verizon, right, in the closet somewhere, right? And then it's connected to a basic router, or it's the router itself, right? It's the built-in all-in-one type deal. And it'll also have maybe a mesh network from Google Mesh, or one of those ones for the house that has limited functionality. You have that spread out all over the office, and then all of the IoT devices, all of your phones, whether the tablets belong to the business, or whether it's belong to the workers' personal phones, and everything is on the same network, right? And TVs, so everything is connected to the same network. No separation at all. So If you have a situation where you have guests coming in, their clients coming in, they hop onto the same network that the printer is on and your computers are on and everything is on the same network. That means that work computers, personal phones, smart TV, security cameras, everybody communicating to the same network, on the same network, IoT devices, everything. And they can see each other, right? And if they can see each other, that's what, if they all can see each other, and that's kind of what I just described is known as a flat network in the biz. And what that does, it's if one thing goes wrong, if one computer gets compromised, if one thing happens, that bad actor has access to everything. And I'm taking my time to talk about this because it's not good, right? And I want businesses, if you're not calling me or calling MSP, if you know you're doing this, right, you want to get this rectified as soon as possible, right? So it's a big problem. Now, what the problem is, let's go into more detail. No network segmentation. That's what we're calling the biz. No network segmentation. Network's supposed to be segmented, all right? Everything being on the network might be simple. All right, anybody can throw that together. Your cousin can throw it together. You can throw that together. It's not hard. Sometimes the ISP will tell you to install this and that's it. Not knowing that every business is different and unique and require different networks to function, and be secure. So if one device is compromised, it exposes everybody to everything, and there's no segmentation. Talk about that already. Right. So office devices are not separated. Guest devices are not separated. IoT devices are not separated. When I say IoT device, I'm talking about Internet of Things. Your TV is an IoT device now, right? So just they have to stream to it, and your Roku, and you have your phone system, which is known as VoIP. That's on the same network, and that requires, in some businesses, like I do call centers, the IoT devices are like very important, and that's like mission critical, right? So that has to have certain protocols via open through the firewall so that the phone calls get priority. These are like, it's called quality of service, and this is all these little things that you have to tweak in the network, right? And you normally get your segmentation. Well, I'm not gonna be all fancy with you. You can get it multiple ways. So you can separate them via hardware. So you can separate them by getting a switch for each department, and that's how it used to be back in the day. Or you can get one of the switches that we use here, like your TP-Link or you Unify, which have VLANs built in, which is virtual LANs or virtual networks built into it, where you can use just the one hardware and then segment it via that. But it has to be segmented. And you can poke holes into the network to see which one, if you want to have accounting see something in another department, you can poke holes just for those things. Let's get too deep, and I might do a paper on that or a podcast on that later. But I want to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So problem number one is like everything is on the same network and it's not segmented, right? Problem two is the security that comes after, is an afterthought with people who do these kind of flat networks. Security is not their focus. On 9 out of 10, what they really do is like you get a business, you start a business or whatever, and you need internet. You call ISP, they come in, they give you the modem, you call your cousin or whatever, he comes in and he connects up everything. Or you come in on a Saturday before the business open and you connect whatever they give you to connect, and you have internet in your computer, and yay, and you're good to go, and that's it. You're not thinking about it any deeper than that, and that's a problem. So when security is an afterthought, whatever the router comes with is that's what you got, right? And so no firewall rules, no traffic control, no monitoring. So you're allowing everything in the network. When they say no firewall rules, everything can come and go, no traffic control, right? It's kind of sometimes it can stop hackers from the router, and that's how you want to control the traffic, kind of like a highway. You can stop and go red light, green light, type of thing. No monitoring. You're not seeing what's coming in and what's going out. We can monitor networks. We can monitor networks with network monitoring software. You can see what computer is acting funny, what your employees are doing, what sites they're going to, right? So just a plug and play type of deal is not really good if you have a business and you have sensitive data on that business and so on. I've come across like dentist office with this kind of a setup, so it's kind of cringy, right? So here's the reality. Modern threats don't really care how small or how big your business is. So I keep telling you guys, security. These guys, they don't care. They just want to be able to lock everything down, get some ransom from you. You pay it because you're panicking, and then they make some money, right? So that's problem 2. Problem 3 is no planning for growth. So you start out small. You maybe have 3 computers. ISP gave you a modem, and the modem is built in. It's like one box. It does Wi-Fi. It has 4 ports for each computer, and maybe extra port for a printer, or maybe the printer you have is like an HP printer from Staples that anybody could use, and it's Wi-Fi, so you don't need to plug into anything, and that's your setup, right? You've been doing that for 3-4 years, and all of a sudden you get a big client. You need to do more. You can't just come and throw them all on the same network, right? And now you have from 3 people. You have an HR person, and you have a sales team, and now you have like an accountant, and now you have people who work and go out into the field, and technical people. You have all that stuff now. So the network you have initially set up that cannot handle that volume. So you have to plan for growth. So you didn't plan for growth initially. You just had the flat network, but now you have to call somebody or maybe you still try to do that. But what's going to happen is that the Wi-Fi won't work, and the printer will stop working, and you'll just have a slow network. People can't open things fast enough. You know how people are, because I'm coming across this a lot too. And you know how people are when they work in the office, and they'll have like a computer, and they have like every tab open that they're gonna visit, the sites and the paper and whatever they're gonna do. It's all open in the browser. Like you have like 50 things open in the browser and just sitting there. I never understood that, but people do that, not understanding random memory, how that works. And that's the stuff that's using the network. It's just sitting there using networks. You need a bigger pipe, a bigger network to handle the volume. So you have to plan for growth. You have to have a network that is scalable, right? So what happens is that more devices get added, Wi-Fi starts to slow down. Talk about that. Coverage becomes inconsistent. Like I said, you talk about your tech guys that are you guys that go out into the field in their little cars and whatever. They have and they're in the back, right? And your Wi-Fi router's in the front by the boss's office. They're not going to be able to pick up a good signal back there. They have like tablets that they use, right? That probably dumb stuff to the servers, and it's just all kind of scenarios. They can't pick up a good signal. They got to come all the way inside to get the signal. You're going to need to call somebody. Scalable, right? This thing starts to break randomly. Can't handle the volume. So now you're patching problems instead of just having a good stable network that can handle the volume. So a good design network is scalable, and that's kind of what I'm saying. It's scalable, and it doesn't just survive. It's scalable. Like I've used my house as an example because I do a lot of work in my garage, and I have my network segmented, right? So there's a house, and even in the house there's a VLAN. Now you don't have to really do that. I recommend people do it because of the IoT devices now that we have. So we have to have some kind of segmentation. And the good thing about some of these consumer routers is that they do come with, the guests and then the regular network. So they're coming out with routers now out of the box that has a segmentation. But what you should be doing, you should have your regular network that you and your devices and the home go on, and then you have the guest network, which you put all the IoT devices on, and and your guests can use that. Because what that does, it separates the home network from the guest network, and they can't see each other. So say one of those devices, which more than likely can get compromised, because those are the ones that's out into the world. You have no control over what Ring does or what Nest does. So you if anything get compromised with that business or that company, it doesn't lead into your phone or your laptop or anything else you use, right? So I know that there's exceptions to the rule. Like sometimes for you to control your TV with your phone, you have to be in the same LAN. I get that, but you have to just, like I said, there's no solution to life, there's only trade-offs. And you can put your TV on your LAN if you really, really, really want that feature, right? But then you have an IoT device on your LAN, like your TV. And your TV, believe it or not, it looks at other things on your LAN. That's kind of how Toshiba and LG and all this stuff are doing. That's how they're able to get some of the commercials that they present to you, because they can see things. But they're coming out the box with a segmented network, right? But like in my house, again, I have the Hutchison network, which is for the family, and then I have the guest network, which is where people comes over to the house, they go on. But also the guest network is also my IoT device network, right? But I have prosumer routers in my house. So the garage has another 3 networks. Again, that's via VLANs. You have the Alex Custom Tech network, and you have the Polyvinyl 97 FM network, and then you have the IoT device network, which is separate from the one that's in the house. Because the one IoT device network is in the garage / office is what manages the cameras and that kind of stuff. And I have to segment them because, again, like I said, these are outside vendors that I have that run these cameras. So if they get compromised, I don't want them to see what's going on with Alex Custom Tech. I don't want them to see what's going on in my radio station. I don't want them to see anything. So if they compromise those cameras, they still can't get the whole to my documents in my network. They can't. Alex Custom Tech can't see what goes on in Polyvinyl 97 and vice versa. The only thing that they might be able to see is if I have like a NAS server somewhere, they can see that NAS, but that's all they can see. They can't see each other, right? My kids cannot see what I do for business. They can't see or access anything on that network. They can't. So we all get internet from the same ISP, but it's all segmented, and that's what it means. So security is a part of what I did when I designed it, and you have to think about that too. Not to mention, there's even my phone, which I am still working on, but my phone is can be its own thing, right? I don't make it my own thing, but it can be. I put it in the same network as as Alex Custom Tech, right? But it can. So again, you plan for growth. So let's talk about problem 4, right? Using home equipment for business. This is what we're talking about. So again, you still get the business. You start out, they give you a router with everything inside of it. You go to town with that. That's the biggest one that I have a problem with, because a lot of these small business are running on consumer routers, mesh systems, and plug and play user gear. Like I mentioned the printer, right? And those things are built for houses. Businesses has a different need, right? Multiple users, sensitive data, reliable requirements, remote access. You gotta get to the things even when you're not there, and you have your VoIP system, which is your phone system that you need to have a separate. Your router gotta be able to handle that. You able to have the quality of service, the QoS. It's very important. So consumer gear isn't built for that level of control, and that's why I don't buy consumer routers. I buy pro routers, right? So the proper setup look like high level networks, right? High level. I don't want to say high level. Let's let them comfortable with that. Anybody can really do this if they know about it, right? But you're gonna have to. I don't want to go too deep into this. Like I said, I want to go too deep into this because that's a full episode by itself in our paper. But the level of the network, if you're dealing with a business, should include a dedicated router / firewall. So it's one unit, one device that does that. All it does is routing and a firewall and router built in. That's it, one device. That's all it does. It doesn't do Wi-Fi, it doesn't have multiple ports, it just does firewall and routing, right? You need a switch connected to that, and the switch should be managed. When I say managed switch, because there's like unmanaged switch and managed switch. You people who have your house, you have what known as a not unmanaged switch. So when you plug whatever you plug into it, it just works. Like it's whatever port you plug in anything into, it'll just see the MAC address and the IP address, and it check with the router, and it just works. It's dummy, it's whatever. But a managed switch have multiple ports. Maybe sometimes you can get like a 12 port one, or 24 port one, or 48 port one. But with the managed, you can manage each port on the switch. So from 1 to 48, you can say, okay, only allow this list of MAC address on this port. So port 1 can only come on if the MAC address matches this list, and then it comes on. Or you can say turn off all these ports except for these 3 or these 4, right? Or you can say port 1 is on this network and port 2 is on that network and port 3. You can manage how the ports react to what's plugged into it. Or like for instance, you might go to an office and you see a port in the lobby. When you plug into that port, there's a switch on the other end in the back in the closet, right? When you plug into that port, it says, I don't recognize that MAC address, so I'm not turning on. So people can just plug into that switch. But if you have like a consumer router, a consumer switch, and you connect all your ports in your building to that switch, when somebody comes into the lobby and they plug into that, it's going to respond and say, oh, a computer's plugged into me. Let me give him a MAC address, and let me give him my IP address, and let him know where the router is, and it just tells him everything. And then that's how he gets into the network. So you kind of want to have that managed switch there for that purpose. Right now, segmented network VLANs, the switch can do this, or the router can do this, right? Where you separate departments. You can separate it just based on the department. Okay, the office staff or admin staff has this LAN, and the technical guys have this one, and the HR have that LAN, and then their resources are just for them, and they only have access to what they need. Sometimes office have multiple computers, multiple printers, or sometimes they have like one printer. Or sometimes, but most of the time I see printers in different departments. Like you have the main printer in the admin part, and then the tech guys, they have the printer in the back, and so people, and then the printer only prints their stuff, right? And sometimes the printer itself is designed to print their stuff. The labels are in there for them, and so on and so forth. And then you have the proper Wi-Fi access. So the Wi-Fi is pretty cool. What the Wi-Fi could do, it could have all those networks as IDs or names in it. So you can have like HR for so and so, and it broadcasts all those IDs, but then you can log on to the one you have the access to. So you don't need multiple routers for each network. You have multiple Wi-Fi access points for each network. You can have one access point in that room, right? But it displays all the network IDs, and then you can just log on to the one you need, right? So again, this is not consumer stuff, this is prosumer stuff, right? And then define the roles for each part of the network. So again, you can say define the roles. So say the technical guys have access to this printer, and they have access to these documents, and they can't look at these other documents because then the network will block them. Or if they do, they need passwords and usernames that they don't have, right? So you won't let them see certain things. Maybe they can see it, but they can't write to it. And these things are you want to intricately figure out. So it requires a lot of planning before you deploy, right? Now again, nothing is just plug and play in this high level network. And these are how networks are really designed. They get really even more elaborate than this. But why does it matter? Okay, you notice that bad networks work until they don't, right? And you get data loss, you get security breach, you get internet issues, you get system going down, and all these things cost you money, right? So you kind of want to have this thing planned ahead of time. Even though you're a small business and you have like a 5 people team or whatever, you know that you're doing it to grow. So you can, plan ahead. Because like my network right now, even the radio station, which is just me, and it's an internet radio station, I can literally, the way it's designed, I could get multiple studios and I could have multiple computers in here, even though it's just a little small studio for myself. And even Alex Custom Tech in itself, like, it's designed to have the office, but I could have another building later on, and I can have multiple computers in there, and wouldn't need to have to change anything what I have here in the office. And that's scalable. It has the potential to scale. Right now, I only have one access point in the garage and another one in the house, and they have they broadcast CMIDs. The reason why the one in the house is when I bring my working laptop in the house. I'm working in the house, which I shouldn't do, but I do work in the house sometimes because I'm lazy. I can log into my Alex Custom Tech network and see files and stuff that's in the garage. My kids don't have access to that password. They don't know. They can't see it. The only person who can see it is if they log into that network with that credential. That's what happens when you have a high-level network, or a network that's designed for business, right? And if you have a business, you should be thinking about this. This is important. This is not really optional either. Like, you shouldn't have a flat network as a business. There's just no way. Even if you are just a one-man team, you still shouldn't have a flat network. You should have a network that is segmented, right? From your house to your business. If you work from home, or if you have one office, you should still have that VLAN's capability in you. You don't get a regular router from an MSP. You have a router and firewall separate, and then you have a managed switch separate, and you have your access points separate. The device should only focus on one or two jobs. It shouldn't be doing everything. That's important. You can go down to Microsoft and pick up this stuff. It's there, right? So it was a long one, but I like talking about networks. It's one of my favorite things. So in closing, most small business networks aren't built wrong. And I'm telling you, I'm coming across a lot of these now because I'm doing this upgrade to Alex Custom Tech, and I am focusing on MSPs, and I'm coming across a lot of wrong built networks. And I'm helping people out. It's not like I'm not helping them, but I just see it, and I'm like, okay, if you're listening to this podcast, don't take this away with you, okay? If you have a flat network, work on that, right? So they're mostly built wrong, but it works. They work, right? But they're not scalable. We don't want that. So get a hold of an IT person to help you design out something, right? Or reach out to us here, Alex Custom Tech. We'll help you design something that works uniquely for you, right? And I'm going to talk about in my next podcast, more than likely, about how the onboarding process works with us here. But I don't like talking about my business to myself sometimes because I just don't feel comfortable, But check out the website if you're interested in getting help, and there's a form on there you fill out, and then I'll reach out to you. Definitely, there's some things I gotta fix here. My phone is acting funny, so I'm gonna have to work on that today if I get the chance. So, like I always say, stay productive, and remember, business don't have flat networks. Get prosumer equipment for your small business. Okay, until next time, stay productive.
You've been listening to Act on Tech, powered by Alex Custom Tech. We help small businesses take control of their technology with secure networks, reliable backups, and systems designed to run without interruption. No guesswork, no quick fixes, just IT that works the way it should. For business services and professional camera installations, visit alexcustomtech.com. Stay connected, stay secure, and stay in control. This is Abby, and I'll see you next time.